covered in gangs. There's different gangs now. I mean, you're dealing with the Black Hills gang. You know, people are trying to save some of these animals, and they're trying to observe them to see what happened to the world and why it's so the way it is.
Yeah, because all I did was Shantytown. All Shantytown is, oh, we're Shantytown. Nobody loves us. That's about it. No one really talked about each other.
Like Shantytown is more of like, I said, there's a lot of different stuff going on, but the overall that I got from it is that the gangs have moved in and they're impeding the citizens trying to make a living, and the corporations are coming in and taking advantage of that. And they're using Ares pilots as kind of like guinea pigs at times to test things.
Oh, well, yeah, but in Shantytown, all it is that they're not supposed to be there. Basically, they were told to go there, and then Thumb Thumb said, nah, never mind, we're not going to try to colonize that. And then they just kind of left them there to die.
Yep.
That's really it. Like, there's very minimal gang problems because they don't have any weapons to defend themselves. All they do is just kind of huddle in terror.
Yeah, which is pretty sad.
It really is. I was just like, well, that makes me want to go to Serato much, much faster.
Well, Sertal is pretty interesting because it's like this. It's a frontier. It has a very frontier feel to it.
Yeah.
You know, these people are really trying to get in, and really, you know, there's prospecting and mining and whatnot. And you know, I mean, that's what Sertal was. I mean, that's what Dredge is. Dredge is a giant fucking dumper, essentially. And you know, it's very frontiersy, but there's also a lot of corporations out here, and you know, I mean, their storyline's really good, and I think that you know my one thing I wish I did some of the Hellhounds missions.
Yeah.
I like them. There needs to be more.
Yeah.
They need to give me more of those because those were really interesting. But I think individual groups, you know, it's interesting to see. That's another thing. A lot of people play these games, and like my wife is notorious for it. She plays World of Warcraft, but she doesn't have a clue about the lore. No clue. She doesn't care about lore. And I'm like, well, come on now. Like, you're playing a game, and there's an enriching story there, and you should really take advantage of that and really try to understand what's going on in the world that you're playing in. That was the designer's goal. You know, like, there's a lot of lore in this game. Some of the lore I don't know too much about, and I'm learning by playing, you know, through the missions and whatnot. I mean, the missions are pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Well, there's obvious differences. Like, there's ones that are just help out where you are, and I just need you to do something. But then there's the other half. Like, it's pretty much half and half of what's a good story mission and. You know, what are those? Some of them are just the fun, creative ones.
I think there needs to be a little bit of work on some of the Sunken Harbor missions. I like the Holomag one, but constantly climbing up a goddamn mountain to do the pre-mission is a severe dick pain. And I think maybe Holomag events should be more of a instanced experience later. And I think that if they are going to get into an esports type of thing, I think Holomag might be where it's at.
What do you mean by that?
Gladiatorial combat, one-on-one.
Yeah.
And the thing is, and I think it should play like this: you get inside, you have 2 minutes to build your class with whatever is in the chest, and the chests are completely random.
Oh, that sounds awful.
What do you mean?
Basically playing Magic with a random deck?
Yeah, man.
That doesn't work out well in skill-based games.
So you're saying that Magic Gathering doesn't take any skill?
No, but I'm saying the way, like, if you put the card down really fast, it doesn't do more damage.
Okay, but think about this. Back in Roman times, gladiators got into the arena, and they picked the weapons they wanted to take in there with them. And they had a period of time before. They didn't know what weapons they were going to grab. Now, that they might have gotten good at those weapons, but I think what you do is you have, you know, I think you're... Once again, I'm just throwing out ideas. Or you start, or everybody is just stock. And it's all skill-based.
I prefer my structured PvP, where there is an objective, there's a team, and everyone, and there has been designated balance in the frames.
Well, I think balance in the frames would be stock. And I think that's the way gladiators should be. Like, you get in their stock and you guys duke it out and you move up the ranks. Not based on points or going into medallion league or whatever. And I mean, I like the whole teamwork aspect. How many times have you played Smite, and I know you're a good player, you get fucking ass-boned because your team sucks?
But yeah, that...
How is that a depiction of skill?
Well, it's a depiction of immense skill because you have to work with the team. It's a different level of skill that falls out of your hands, which is why people hate it so much. But yes, it is a depiction of skill.
It is a depiction of skill, but I think it has a lot to do with RNG based on who you're getting on your team. Now, you can eliminate that RNG by getting a team to work together, and then that's where team combat. I'm not saying they shouldn't include a team combat PvP.
Yeah, that's the esport type, is professionals getting together.
One-on-one, gladiatorial style.
It has never worked out for an esport title to do one-on-one in a first-person shooter, except for Quake. Quake is different.
Quake did amazing.
Quake has an immense speed and map design, and
I'm just saying they should give it a chance. I think if they have this Holomag event, they should at least try.
Hey Snow, what's up? Especially if we're gonna have classes like that. That's the big difference between Quake and this, is you're not going into the game with all of the guns. You're going into it as one class and saying, I'm gonna play as this class. This is my play style. When people have play styles, they usually would like to do it as teams, just because you fit a role, and that makes you able to do much more with your role than you would be able to alone. Be like, I want to be a tank. I am a great tank. I am good at keeping people on the ground and doing a lot of damage up close and personal. That doesn't really mean you do too much by yourself, though, because a lot of people can get away from that and get around those kind of things. But if you work with a team, you can do your job a lot better. You can stand out more.
Well, no, I see that, and a team is awesome, but I think maybe, I mean, they have this PvP Holomag thing. Why can't they? I'm just saying, it should be another aspect. It should be another PvP option. We have open world PvP, we have team objective PvP, and we have one-on-one, in your face, let's kick some ass. And honestly, you know, Blizzard does well with the arenas, and arena teams do really well. You know, there's 5s, 3s, and 2s.
Yeah.
But one-on-one, I think that's just for glory, man. And, you know, I don't think, maybe not esports, but it'd be really cool to see at the end of like a Holomag tournament, seeing your character posted up on the boards in Sunken Harbor. Like, that'd be fucking cool.
Yeah.
Instead of some random
just,
NPC Mustang you've never heard of fucking before.
It's just gonna be the same problem that Smite. I mean, Smite is a 1v1, and the problem with Smite is that there's only 3 characters that can possibly win at a 1v1.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. There are 3 characters that are unstoppable by any other means, because even if they lose, they win.
I think that would happen.
I think that would definitely happen. Whether it's someone is able to get the one-shot kill working with a ninja and a cryo grenade, or someone is able to, or if the Raptor's just still not nerfed enough.
Dude, we're talking stock, man.
Doesn't matter. Even
no
like
perks.
even no perks.
No perks, just abilities.
Oh man, there has to be perks.
Why?
Because there's no playstyle. People hate their frames. People hate their frames without perks. I'd hate to play Assault without perks.
Why not? You have your abilities.
Hmm.
You can't be an individual without your. I mean, mind you, that would eliminate the one-shot ninja shit that you just brought up. It would also eliminate some of the OP-ness of certain classes right now in OPVP. It would put everybody on a straight line, thing. But honestly, dude, that would be freaking. I think that would be awesome, man. For bragging rights. God damn it.
I guess. I mean, I just hate dueling in the first place. It's not the way I like to play competitively. I play in roles like in Smite and Dawngate. I play roles that specify in dueling, but that's only for like 2 minutes, and as long as I don't die, I can actually do my job better when a teams come together. I hate the whole. I hate dueling.
The whole gladiatorial combat, aren't you?
Yeah. It just makes me twitchy. That's all.
Makes you what?
It just makes me a Twitch shooter, and I don't know. I get bored with that really easily.
I think there'd be a lot of clutch combats, and I think a lot of people. I think it would give a lot more understanding to these frames.
Fine, just do Team Deathmatch then. I mean, I miss Team Deathmatch as it is. Team Deathmatch was fun.
I don't know. I think maybe it should be some. I think it'd be cool.
Because if you have a Team Deathmatch at least on like a big map, like remember Harvester? Remember how much we loved that map?
Oh, Harvester was great.
Yeah, if we just had it on the Harvester map, you would have your 1v1 matches anyways, because the map is so wide.
Yeah, but then there's always that chance that you're not. There's in any PvP where there's multiple players, there's always that moment where you have freaking. You're sitting there and you're up against this guy and you guys are having a great duel, and then some chucklehead comes out of nowhere and shoots you in the back for one bullet and kills you. Like, where's the honor in that, Like, dude, these fucking tanking are rough, man.
I don't know. I just remember, crap, what was that industry area? It was like,
You mean the one that was in the sky, or over the water?
Yeah, it was over the water. That place is awesome.
Oh, that was Rig.
Rig.
Oh,
that was my favorite. Like, I would have duels with other snipers across the map, and no one would touch us because we were just like up in the corner of the rafters, just like not being touched. And then once we'd have our duel, we just kind of swipe over the board and start clearing out people. It's fun. Because I would be recluse instead of an actual sniper and just kill the sniper and then spray everything with death below me.
Yeah, but I think that 1v1 thing would be. I don't know. That's just my